Softly to Me. Bryan Maclean's Softly to Me was recorded January 26th at Sunset Sound. Bryan would have played rhythm guitar, Snoop on drums, Kenny on the echo bass, echoes bringing his jazz rock sensibilities to the lead guitar part. There are backup vocals that echo the main lyric that could be Arthur. Maybe he just sat this one out. Softly to Me seems to have been the first love song covered by another artist on a proper album. It was covered absolutely beautifully by Tiffany Shade in 1968, despite being mistitled as Come Softly to Me on the album sleeve. That's another song. Softly to Me is truly a beautiful song and deservedly featured on several Love Best of compilations, beginning with Love Revisited in 1970. It's probably Bryan's best song, if it's not his best known. In the liner notes for the Candys Waltz release, Bryan's mom said that Arthur would often deride Bryan for the song's romantic lyrics, but it is truly a delight from start to finish. Speaking of covers, Arthur's Feathered Fish was covered by Sons of Adam relatively early on in June 1966, but Feathered Fish was never recorded by Original Love as they felt it a weak number, although Love's publishing company, Grassroots, is noted on the Sons of Adam single. 7 and 7 Is was also offered to Sons of Adam. Arthur playing at the Stuart's on his acoustic, with the drummer wondering what on earth could be done with it, and his group never did end up recording it. By this time, Love would be using all their feminine wiles in order to draw Michael into the group. He would end up joining August 1967 because the Sons of Adam wasn't going anywhere by that point. Arthur Lee came to where we were living in Laurel Canyon one day, recalls Randy Holden. We were rehearsing and he had a song he wanted to give us, Feathered Fish. He was an obstinate character then. He wanted me to play it the way he played it, but I didn't hear it that way, and he called me an ass. I went back at him telling him he was the ass. Michael Stuart said afterward, "Man, he's a big, intimidating guy. Weren't you afraid to say that to him?" I asked Michael, why? He doesn't intimidate me, and where does he get off being rude to me in my own house, no less? I wasn't rude to him, so fuck it. Where Softly to Me is concerned, the rest of the band really dug it. It had a neat jazzy sound. It's a dream of a song. Best song on the album, without a doubt. It's really kind of perfect, and one of the longer songs on the album at close to 3 minutes. Although to my mind, it could last forever. The guitar riff at the start in D major 6 is a fine hook, and the lyrics are unabashedly romantic. It remains a perfect love song. Bryan very much wore his heart on his sleeve, and he really was in love with almost everyone by the looks of things. Unfortunately, demos of Softly to Me have never surfaced, unlike Bryan's other love songs, which turned up on Sundazed with the terrific If You Believe in compilation coming out in 1998. There's not even a demo of it turning up on BryanMaclean.com, which features Bryan with a band, not to mention a Spanish version of Alone Again or... Unless Bryan's late mother, Elizabeth, had a tape of Softly to Me in her garage, that just hasn't been discovered yet, or Bryan made a recording of the song live at his Daisy nightclub, like was done of him and Maria Mckee, or maybe Elektra had a tape of it being rehearsed, but it seems that Elektra have lost the masters for Love. Certainly for Forever Changes. The only reason there are alternate takes from Love later on from the third album is because an engineer, Steve Hoffman, had a tape. Finally, Softly to Me is just a breath of fresh air. And any album offering strong songs like Bryan's Softly to Me or Arthur is Signed DC, which is probably his best song on the album, it would not be able to be disregarded wholly or rejected as out of hand. Softly to Me remains a particular favorite of Michael Stewart's, who calls Bryan a genius based on the song's lyrics in his book Pegasus, Carousel. And these days, Michael is learning to play guitar in order to play the first Love album, which remains his favorite Love album, despite his not even playing on it. Perhaps at some time he can do justice to Softly with Me with his son at some point, just as a tribute to Bryan.